Oh, it's a data cable, so there's an should be a 4-pin. Okay. So trying to figure out how this was wired previously. Let me grab the other cable. Okay, so I know there was a connection of some type. And so there was a 3-pin here. And depending on how that was connected or whatever, possibly in one of these 3 pins here from what I can kind of remember. I'll have to go back and check the video. But then we're pulling data and ground, so we're splitting data and ground off. And then this looks like my data out. So power, ground, data out. And I think it just, they just had it connected in here. I'll have to check with Reth to see how we do that. Kill print set up whenever you're done. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, we're going maybe another 5 minutes. We're almost done. Bought a lot of tickets for L's, hoping for a win, but the cause is good either way. I agree. Obviously, rough town, but has a lot of history, just never developed, which is changing with the introduction of a dry dock, which will offload the Long Beach port via train. Nice. Yeah, I did notice there were a lot of trains out there, but I didn't stop and check it out. Later today, setting up Cardo to Nighthawk for the first time. Doesn't look terrible. It should not be. Nighthawk is USB, and there's a cable you can get with your cartographer that connects directly to a Nighthawk, and they should communicate through there. The thing you want to be sure of is that your cartographer is flash for USB and not CAN bus, because then it will not work for you. So make sure that you have the the USB version of the cartographer, and then things will just connect with a single USB cable. I like cars. Do I ever been to the racetrack? I have not since I've been here. I've been here right about a year and I have not been to the track yet. I want to go though. All yours connected to an umbilical cord. I mean, you could do that way too. Only reason to stop there is for gas and keep going to Bishop Mammoth. I keep going all the way to Fresno. Like I can make it all the way to Fresno and back on 1 tank of gas. Don't need to stop. Hope I feel better thanks to the stream. I appreciate you, 10 Talon. Yeah, we're wrapping up at this point now. I can't get into too much wiring. That's going to take me another hour, and she's going to come out here yelling at me. But I feel successful anyway. We made a cable. We connected that cable. We gave away filament. Things tend to go a lot slower when you stream. So sorry we couldn't get further, but we did a little bit of recap overview. I'll do some more work, and we'll continue looking at this kind of stuff later on. I'll be out here tomorrow doing work on things and stuff, so maybe I'll devote some time to the V0, get that a little further along. We are under a little bit of a time crunch. Like I said, I got to give it away in less than 30 days. So if you want to win this printer, or the Prusa wire for that matter, make sure you're getting your raffle tickets now. Link just posted in chat again, so if you need it, it's there. Go buy all the tickets. I don't know how many we have sold already. Let me see if I can check it out real quick. Let's see. Ooh, that would have been bad. Almost dropped it. Wow. You guys. Over $3,600 raised so far. Awesome. Fresno is nice. Printer's coming along. Thanks, Hadron. Everyone in Projects in Dad's Garage when we're done here. Yep, I'm going to try to go over. I've never done that before, so we'll figure out how I do it. But yeah, $3,600. There's only 2,000 tickets remaining. So yeah, I'm seeing some success there. Thanks, people. We've sold roughly, what is that, about 360 tickets so far. Oh, thanks, Damascus Everglades. Yeah, trying to. I'm gonna go self-medicate here pretty heavily, quick, you know, right after stream. So let me figure out how to push you over to Projects in Dad's Garage. And once we do that, it'll be good to go. And if anybody has an idea on how I am able to do that, let me know. I don't know how. Yeah, I've never self-medicated with pancakes. Not wrong. I heard Pezla's talking about this. I still need to get in on that. You do. So, Kevin, if you haven't, there's like 19 different items that you can win. Something like the V0 we're building now, the Prusa wire, I'm also kind of concurrently building. There's a 2.4 kit from LDO. It'll come with the parts printed for you, courtesy of Wally 3D. Armor 3D is doing an Ender 3 and an NG kit, so you can build your own. Of course, I'm giving away these two printers. Lee Marie is doing a baby belt build, and so that'll be a thing. There's gift cards out there, stuff from Focal Point Engraving out there, filament, cartographers, bunch of gift cards, spool packs, all kinds of stuff. So get out there and get your tickets. Edit, stream, and go to customization. Oh, thanks, Jeremy. Edit, stream, and go to customization. I don't know that I can edit while I'm still going, can I? Maybe I can. 1 second. Sorry, YouTube newbie here. Let's figure out. Edit, customization. Oh, redirect. Here we go. Gotcha, thanks. Let's look for projects. If I could type today. Projects. I'm not seeing them. Oh, here it is. Kalico. Save. Thanks, Jeremy. Got it. All right, so feel better, enjoy the day. Got to keep the kiddos and wife happy. Yeah, pro streamer. Yeah. Got it. Okay. Thanks everyone for hanging out. A little bit of a shorter stream, but I do appreciate every single one of you being here. We are up over 600 subscribers at this point, and that's all because of you all. We've got 41 of those folks here today, so thanks for always showing up and getting the watch time over. We're very close to getting to 1,000 hours watch time, which unlocks even more benefits for you all. So as soon as the stream ends, it's going to push you over to Projects in Dad's Garage, where he's doing some Trident stuff over there. Great dude. Show him some love. We got to get him over the hump as well. Have a great Sunday. Have a great weekend. If you're off tomorrow, go do something fun. Love you, mean it.
Hello. Happy Sunday, everyone. Sorry for the long delay on start. If anybody's sitting waiting for my buddy Kilo Prince to finish up his stream. If you're not subscribed to him, go check him out. Hey, Brad. How's it going? Do believe Kilo Prince is raiding over here, so appreciate him. And we're doing something new today for me anyway. Imagine quite a few of you have done it already, but we're going to be installing Kalico, aka Danger Clipper. Kegel, how are you this morning, bud? Congrats on your win of some LDO filament. Sharon, welcome. So yeah, I've not installed Kalico before, and let me explain where we're at and why we're doing what we're doing. We're out of coffee, that's where we're at. So the Trident has suffered from an issue where it will be randomly in a print, normally around 4 a.m. or 4 p.m. And it will go, it's got a box turtle on it. It'll randomly go unload the filament and then immediately go right back to printing with no filament in the tool head. Or it will skip all the way to the end, run the print end macro in the middle of a print, and just think it's done. I've tried just about everything I can think of, and everything anybody else can think of. And Steven Marchado last night, we were chatting, and he was talking about a buddy of his that had an issue with 64-bit Raspberry Pi OS. And that's what was on there. So we're going to try 32-bit. And then watching Keela's stream this morning, I had just flashed Raspberry Pi OS to a new SD card. And he said something about Raspberry Pi OS Trixie having issues. So I went back, grabbed Bookworm. I've got that flashed onto an SD card, put it into the printer, and turned it on. And that is as far as I got. So I've got 32-bit Bookworm and a Raspberry Pi 5. Hadron, welcome. Mike, how's it going? Sharon, I think I saw you. Jeremy, how's it going? Collie, pop away. Long time no see, man. How's it been? Miss Lee Marie 3D, Captain. How y'all doing today? Yeah, I look forward to it too. I was just talking this morning saying I needed to install Kalico on the V0 because the only issue I have with the V0 is that little tiny screen will disconnect sometimes, and it counts as an MCU, so then it cancels the entire print for an MCU disconnect. All right, Pezliz, pick up some good stuff at the farmer's market. They're my favorite. I could really go for some peaches and some plums right now. It's a little late in the season for that, but I don't know. Sounds good. Good time for corn, though. Steven, filament rack. How about the ones I use from IKEA? They actually went down in price by... They went from $15 to $10. And those things are fantastic. They'll hold 6, 12, 18 rolls of filament on each one. It's not a bad deal. And they're on wheels. So you can wheel them in and out of little spots. All right. So let's get started. Get this going. Get my Stream Deck thing working here. All right. It did work, Kilo Prince. I do believe everybody showed up. Jeff, how's it going? LTX Designs. Good to have you all here. Appreciate you coming. New faces are always nice to see. Old faces, I love you guys. So let's see. SSH Pi at... I have to keep upping the number on this because you change out the SD card and then it throws a fit and wants you to alter the key in your logs. All right, so first things first, we need to go get Kiao. Clipper installer and update helper. Appreciate you, Sharon. Likes and subscribes are always appreciated. So after stream yesterday, I was on Jerry's maker stream, and during that stream we hit 1,000 subs. As soon as YouTube decides to catch up on watch hours, we'll be where we need to be for watch hours. It decided not to update today in any way, shape, or form. So I don't know how. Kilpritz, how long after you like hit your hours and stuff were you actually able to get approved for the monetization thing? Was it just as simple as clicking a button, or was there a process to it? All right, step 2. And step 3. You're still not at the 4,000 hour mark, you mean? No, so I'm at 3,500 subscribers. I'm eligible for that tier where you can get members and stuff like that. I've still got a ways to go for the 4,000 hours. Another, just under 1,000 hours anyway. All right, so we're going to do 1 for install. And then we're going to do I don't want Clipper. I want all right, go back. 4 for advanced. Nope. All right. Let's go over to Calico. Yeah, it wouldn't take much. I've got playlists set up. So all you'd have to do is go to my channel, hit the playlist for Nerf Blaster builds or, Trident stuff, Switchwire stuff, or just general 3D printing stuff. Pick a playlist, let it play when you go to bed. Let it play when you go to work, when you're going out to the store, whatever it is. It sounds cheap, and it sounds like cheating. And in one way, I feel bad about it. But in another way, I don't. Kial V6. Okay. So, am I not on V6? Normally it gives me the option to, do I want to use that? All right, let's do this. Let's exit out of here. Because it normally gives me the option. like says, do you want to update and use the newest? Nah, it is V6. There's a lot of stuff here. Switch to cap. Okay, I gotta do some stuff here. Back. Quit. Let's see. Oh, good. There we go. Copy. Yeah, like. Oop. What did I do? And for the main branch. Okay, what am I doing? So what am I doing? Am I putting that under Clipper? Dan, how's it going? All right, let's see. Okay, so enter Calico. Repositories. Tab. Nope. Definitely not tab. Control X. Yes. Enter. Oh, wait a minute. I did that wrong. It wanted me to add it as a repository for Clipper. Okay. That's wrong. All right, do this again. Yeah. It wasn't very specific for that. Okay, so now here I need to add this. Copy. Control X. Save modified buffer. Yes. And enter. Okay, now we can go into Kiao. What is it doing? What do you mean? Oh, well, shit. Okay. Now it says from Kiao menu settings. Settings. One. Two. All right, it's doing its thing. Where are we at? I did it wrong. Did I do it right now? Still not going to work without the branch. Oh, I didn't see that. All right. Howie, thank you for the tip, man. Appreciate you. I'll go back and do it again. I didn't. It's hard to see on this monitor. The monitor that I'm looking at, you guys can't tell, but it is a monitor from circa 2000, 2002. So it doesn't look great. It is very hard to tell that comma space main is shaded as well and supposed to be copied. The monitor up top is a less than year-old monitor. He did the tip to get the ping. Hey, whatever it is, man, I appreciate it. You get what you want. I get a couple bucks out of the deal. I love it. Thank you. 1337. Does that work out to be like a specific, like one? So IEE. I don't know. I was never hip to all that stuff. Okay. It's unpacking stuff. Ugh. Akil, are you on your way to IHOP? You really need to move someplace with a Waffle House, sir. That's got to be a crime somewhere, somehow. We need a Waffle House in my town. We have neither a Waffle House nor an IHOP in my town. I guess we have a diner. I haven't been to a diner in so long. I know. Have you guys figured out where to yet? Oh, it's doing stuff. Yeah, so I've got a Waffle House. I pass one whenever I go to Columbus. There's one over in Marysville, which is about 25 minutes away. So every once in a while, what I would do back before my youngest daughter was in school, she would go over to her grandparents on like Wednesday night and spend the day there Thursday, and then I'd pick her up Friday morning after I got done work. So what I would do is I'd get off work, go pick her up in the morning, and then we'd go from there. We'd go down to the Waffle House, get Waffle House, and then head down to Micro Center and walk around Micro Center for a bit, maybe hop over to the mall, let her play in the play place, and then come home. And it gave mom a break, essentially for, Thursday and most of the day Friday. And the older girl was in school, so, If Waffle House closes, you evacuate. That's right. You know shit's going down if Waffle House closes. Yeah. Now they're in school. So she gets a break during the day and stuff like that. About twice a year or so, they both end up going someplace for a weekend, and we get, you know, a weekend to ourselves. But rarely are they ever both gone. Okay. If I do A and add repository, and do this whole bits, will that work? Copy. Save repository, yes. Switch Clipper source repository. 1, 3. Okay. What's this say here? Ooh, error. Back. Quit. Let's do it this way. Am I going to have to start all over again? What do we got? Okay. So copy. Control X. Yes. Enter. Lovely. What do we got? In Katrina, one house away from the flooding, neighbor had flooding, we didn't. Wow, man. I don't. We're starting all over again from a fresh SD card because I needed to downgrade or side grade, whatever you want to call it, from 64-bit Raspberry Pi OS over to 32-bit Pi OS. Okay. No. Settings. 1. 2. All right, it's doing a thing. Oh. While this does a thing, I want to get something to drink. Oh. Since I'm out of coffee. So, have you guys seen, if you happen to have a Walmart near you, and you go into the Halloween section, they've got bags of these Reese cups. They're chocolate lava cup Reese's. They are very good. 10 out of 10. I recommend them. If you are a Reese cup fan, pick them up. Chocolate lava cup. Got like chocolate fudgy stuff in the bottom of them, under the peanut butter. Some apple cider going. All right. Didn't I just do this? Didn't I just select the repository? Yeah. Okay, so now I guess I need to go back. And back again. Now we need to install. And we need to install Clipper. Number of Clipper instances, 1. No example printer config. Overwrite, yes. I don't know, we're getting pretty close, Steven. Are you doing Calico too, Brad? I've not set it up before either, so we're all learning together here. I am. I'm going to pull down all my printer configs, macro, all the config files. I backed them up to recreate. Yep. Back them up to GitHub, so we're just going to copy them. But I do have to install a bunch of back-end stuff. Yes. Install Moonraker. We'll see. I was forced to use sensorless homing on the V0, the Micron, and the 2.4. And we're going to have to use it on the new switch wire build. I don't know if the NG is going to require it or not. Also, I can't seem to find any way to mount a screen to the Ender 3 NG. We're going to install mainsail because it's the Lord's interface. Mike, you're gonna send me a link? Yeah, I couldn't find it. Like, I searched like remixes on printables. I searched through all their files. I asked on the Discord server and got crickets for a response. Client config. 5? I don't know. 5. Install clipper screen. Sensorless is difficult, isn't difficult, and just takes some time to get it to home consistently. Yeah. So I was adjusting yesterday the homing on the Micron, because what would happen is it would go back and move X over slightly. And I still don't think it's quite right, because I'm telling it to home. Oh, no, that's why. Half of 180 is 90, not 80. Link in my DM. Fantastic, Mike. Yep. So the 2.5 got renamed to the V3. It came out of beta and I think is public now. We will be building one of those. I started printing stuff. So much stuff changed from the very initial release of the very first 2.5 beta, which is all my parts printed for. So we're going to end up reprinting that. And we're going to be building that. Whether that goes onto the... It's probably going on the switch wire, honestly. It's got the Jabberwocky toolhead on there with a cutter and all that stuff. And there's no cutter on the base NG build, so it's going to be that. Also, Mike, pretty sure I've got enough stepper motors to do independent Z. You use both fluid and mainsail? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with fluid. What was on fluid? One of my printers was on fluid at one point. Is the CR10 on fluid? No, the CR10's on mainsail, but I might have had to change that. Or maybe the Micron was. Something with a Big Tree Tech CB thing was on fluid to begin with. And I think I had changed it. Yeah, the Venture should have a cutter. It's so big. Well, the thing that makes it worth it is I don't have to sit there and spin knobs to level the freaking bed. It can just, you know, I can just, and rather than having springs underneath that bed and having to, you know, level that bed out, I can just put set spacers underneath of that bed and then have it level itself out. I hate messing with screws and springs, man. The CR10, I have to mess with that every once in a while. Same with the V0 every once in a while. Yeah. Hopefully it's the same silicone tubing that I have. I was going through yesterday trying to figure out if I had everything that I need. I figured out that I need a power cord, so I'll need to go pick one of those up. What else did... Steven, you were in Discord when I was going through that. What else did I say I needed? Can't remember. So it's the Big Tree Tech HDMI 5. Let me get the version number for you because it's the one that has the HDMI plugged into the side. You remember the power cord? Yeah. So HDMI 5 version 1.1. So it's got to have spacing on the side for the HDMI and USB. Now I've got 90-degree angle USB and HDMI ribbon cable things to slim it down some so it would fit into this case. So it only needs, you know, 1/4 inch of clearance on the side. Yeah, there was something else. I'm gonna put the LGX extruder on it. It's an LGX light extruder, I think, anyway. The only extruders I've got left, I've got an LGX light and I've got an HGX gear set, and they're the only extruders I have left sitting around here. They didn't. They got hung up between you and Chicago, and then they left Chicago last night. So hopefully they'll be here tomorrow. Brad sent a bamboo hot end. Install network manager for network panel. Yes. Oh, sweet. I haven't used the HGX extruder yet. So I bought the gears. I wanted a backup set of gears. This is when like 2 days after I installed the LGX light, because for some reason I got it in my head that the gears would wear out on the LGX. So I bought, hello, over here. I bought a bought an HGX gear set in case I need it, and I've printed this thing, and it has the same mounting pattern as an LGX light. It's just 3D printed and uses a compression spring. As you can see, there's no stepper motor currently attached to it. Oh, I also have, I forgot about this. I ordered this at the same time I ordered my very first kit for, it's a 360, is being stupid again. First, when I ordered my very first Voron, because it was coming with the afterburner tool head, and I wanted the stealth burner, and I thought I needed different gears, and I ordered the original orbiter tool head. So I've got all the gears for that. The only issue is the original orbiter never had an official like standalone version of the extruder, just the one that went on the stealth burner. So this is the roundhouse extruder for the original orbiter. So I've got original orbiter stuff too. Orbiter V1. There's nothing in this. Oh, there's a bunch of bearings and stuff if I wanted to do Galileo. Not orbiter, Galileo. Galileo 1. Sorry. I'm an idiot. Galileo 1 extruder, not the orbiter one. Unfortunately, I guess I'd have to order some different stuff if I wanted to build that into the orbiter 1.5 or some crap like that. Shark fin extruder. Yeah. Are you telling me you ordered a tube, or are you talking about the fact that you ordered a tube compact yesterday, Steven? And by done for a while, do you mean till later today when I give you another bad idea? Hummingbird. I think that's what those HGX gears are in. Is that the Hummingbird extruder? Yeah, what I said. Okay. Okay, so SSH pi at Trident 4.local. Clippers installed, Moonrakers installed, mainsails installed, clipper screens installed. I need to install crow's nest. Install 8. Yeah, I have a bunch of the BMG extruder gears, but the problem with it is you don't have the gear that goes from the stepper motor to those BMG gears. You just have the BMG gears that go in there. I've got a bunch of those too. Do I want to add it to my upstate manager? Yes. Reboot now. Yes. 10 tooth on stepper, yeah. Yep. So lots of fun. I'm really excited about this stream. I'm excited to have Mike come down and participate, trying to talk Steven into driving out this way to participate. Having other people chime in during the stream, having some cool stuff to give away. It just seems like it's going to be an awesome day. Okay, you have complete sets. Interesting. Yes, November 22nd. It is a Saturday, the Saturday before Thanksgiving. JPP, if you want to hop in the car and take the, it's only like 10 minutes. We're only like 10 minutes away. You can drive to 10 minutes. You can come hang out. No, but seriously, you're welcome to come hang out in the garage. You're welcome to hop in on Discord calls. I'm going to have it set up so just like I did with Gerari and Kinedigmatic, where we can pop people in. And stream to chat with us. All that kind of stuff. I want it to just be like, I want it to be a social event. I marked off Saturday and Sunday on the calendar so that the old lady doesn't plan anything for either day, because the folks over in the Ender 3 NG Discord have their doubts on whether or not this can be done in a single stream. And said something about filing, so I don't know what that's about. Somebody that's built one has to inform me what they're talking about with the filing. But now I've got to. All right, let's see what this says when we type this into Trident 4.local. What does this look like? Looks like a mainsail dashboard to me. Yeah, there's some jigs, right? So now here's my question for y'all as a community. Let me ask you. Will it be cheating if I pre-drill and pre-tap all the holes that need to be drilled and tapped to build this thing before the stream, or do we need to do that during the stream? It really comes down to a question of, do you want to sit and watch me do that for an hour, or would you rather not watch me drill and tap stuff for an hour? Kegel says before. Let's do this. Start a poll. Pre-drill and tap E3 NG before stream. Start poll. There we go. Mike says before. All right, now we need to go over here to AFC GitHub. Okay, we need to SSH back in. Now we've got to install all the box turtle stuff. %, say before. We're not gonna pre-build the frame. We're gonna build the frame on stream, but it's just a question of, do I drill and tap everything beforehand? I don't think there's anything tricky about it. You just put the jigs on, drill it, and then tap them. I don't think it's going to be hard or tricky in any way. It's just going to be busy work is what it's going to be. And I'm curious to hear from Brad, Mike, anybody else that's built a NG as to whether or not there's anything else I should do ahead of time to prep for it. So we're not wasting time during the stream. Yeah, but then I gotta remember which ones I've tapped and which ones I haven't, Kegel. That'd be problematic. Because then I gotta track things across 2 different events. Install new system. Shift I. Include. Okay, it's going to be a box turtle. IFC include, yes. No tip forming. Toolhead cutter, yes. Hub cutter, no. Kick macro, yes. Park macro, yes. Wipe, yes. Use a toolhead sensor or ramming sensor. Don't know the toolhead sensor pin offhand. Don't need to worry about it because I'm going to copy my config. Turtle 1. Quit. No, it's not what I wanted. You bastard. What is going on? Why are you doing this? What is... Okay, here we go. Install with current selections. Enter, enter. Okay. Now we can quit out of this. What else do we need? We need the clipper screen. IFC clipper screen add-on. Okay. I think that is all we need for that. What do we got? Okay, so 91% says do it beforehand. It's just a lot of heat inserts. Yeah, I don't have an issue with doing heat inserts as we go. Okay. I just wanted to ask people with experience as far as that went. Okay, now I need to look at this. If I can get this running consistently, then we'll install Octo everywhere, as I haven't been installing it lately. And I'll install the GitHub backup thing off camera because I got to enter in some confidential information. So I think that, oh, that's what I need to do. Okay, repositories, themes. Themes. Mainsail. Turtle theme. Install a skin. Okay. Well, I closed out of the command prompt. All right. Choose your dashboard. 1 for mainsail. And then we're going to go 1 for the regular box turtle theme. Excellent. Just minimize that. Now, if we go over here to Trident 4.local, we've got our lovely box turtle theme. now I need to go to my GitHub. While I do that, I'll go over here. All right, back to here. All right, so I back up all of my configs to GitHub. So if you guys ever have a question on, hey, I wonder, how Alex has his configs set up for this printer, blah blah blah, you can actually go look. So I need to download this. All right, go in here, go to my downloads. I got used to just being able to double click on something and Mac automatically unzips it. All right, now machine. What's the warning? Yep, no config. I'm gonna delete that whole kit and caboodle. Upload. In a directory. AFC. Upload a file. Downloads. Open. Create a directory. Macros. Upload. MCU. Create a directory called MCU. Upload files. I actually don't need any of these. Oh well, they were there. They're not going to hurt anything now. All right. Now, upload figs. All that. Wait a minute. Nope, nope. I need this one. I need that one, that one, that one, that one. No. Okay. Okay. Power reboot. Mac is a lot easier on a lot of things. And then there's other things that it just can't do. And that's okay. I tried Linux. That was a total failure. Not that Linux itself has a problem. Just that Linux couldn't, not that it couldn't run, but the programs I needed weren't available. All right, now we need to go over here to Beacon 3D because there's shit I need to do for that. Grading amount. Quick start. Install Beacon module. Copy. How do I get out of the art themes and back to just Pi at Trident 4? Does anybody know? I know there's a way to do it. I don't know what it is. And it's extremely annoying logging out and then SSHing back in. Oh, I rebooted it. Okay, thank you, Kegel. I appreciate that. All right, now we got that. All right, we're going to add this update manager. Copy. Okay, save that. We need an update manager for something else too. Oh, was it the Clipper screen add-on? All right. Firmware restart. Happens when I just reboot it. It's yelling about numpy for some reason. What is this? Internal error during connect. Error importing numpy. You should not try to import from its source direction. Please exit numpy source tree and relaunch your Python interpreter from there. The hell is that about? Try shutting it down and powering it off and powering it back on. See what that does. So, on a side note, we've got all the accent parts printed for the NG. So here's the accent parts. Polymaker Neon Magenta. I gotta print that back panel. That's the only thing left that needs magenta. It's gonna be my test print. Yeah, it's getting a numpy error still. Does anybody know what that is? What is numpy? I have no idea what this error is or why I'm getting it. I tried just reinstalling numpy. Error importing numpy. You should not try to import numpy from its source directory. Please exit numpy source tree and relaunch your Python interpreter. Hello, Smalls. I don't know. navigate to a different directory, such as use your home directory or a project-specific directory that is separate from Numpy's installation location. Okay, well, let's work on getting the CAN bus stuff set up and we'll see what happens from there. Thought upbeat, what? What is going on? Why is this coming back with no file or directory? Yes, small.
Yeah.
Streaming, yes.
Okay. Remember, I need $5 per check.
I know.
You forgot. But I need it in cash. Okay. Want me to close the store?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a numpy error. Now we're having issues with the okay. Let's see. Okay.
I think I was having a heat stroke last. I don't know what was going on, but I had my ceiling fan on max speed and then both of my other fans on max speed, and I had my window open, and I was still sweating like
Can bit
crazy.
rate. Okay. Now we're gonna reboot. All right. That sets up the CAN network. Shaka, I'm not seeing what line you're saying to copy. It's not showing up in chat for me. I don't think so. Yeah, because you can just switch back and forth, so I don't think you need to. Um, sudo. Okay. Sudo apt install Python 3 dash numpy. Try a firmware restart. If not, we'll reboot it. Reboot. Oh. Mike, I'll let her know you said hello next time I see her. It should coordinate nicely with the next time she needs something. Okay, still getting the same error. Hmm. Sudo. Give it a try. SSH pi at Vince, how's it going? Save and restart. Okay, now we need shake and tune. I had to comment out the shell command thing. because that's the GitHub update helper thing, and I'll do that off camera because, like I said, I gotta put like GitHub tokens information, crap like that in. Yeah, so this is a complete new reinstall of everything. I pulled the old SD card out, so I've still got that. I can just pop it in and it would run as it was. But what we're trying to do is I would get errors. It would be randomly in the middle of printing, and it would run the filament unload command for the box turtle, unload the filament, and then go back to printing with no filament loaded. Or it would randomly in the middle of the print just run the print end macro and think it was done and finish. And there's nothing I can do about it. So we're trying to install, instead of the 64-bit version of Raspberry Pi OS, we're trying to install the 32-bit version and see if that works better, because I know there was issues before. Well, it's firing up and doing things like it ought. So let's see what it says. Look at this, no errors. Look at that. Oh, from Hawaii. Yes, everyone, please smash the like button. There's a bunch of new people here. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. I'd appreciate it. You're going to want to hang around for November 22nd, big marathon stream. We're going to be building a Ender 3 NG from start to finish in one stream. We're going to be having some giveaways, and it's gonna be a good time. We're gonna have people popping in via Discord calls. We're gonna have people showing up live in the shop here in the garage, helping out with the build. We're gonna have lots of fun. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. So subscribe so you don't miss that. There's a link in the description for the Discord. Go ahead and click that. Join the Discord if you'd like. You can get notifications for whenever we go live and all that good stuff. You subscribed yesterday? Yeah, during Jerry's stream? Awesome. Is that Bowden? Thank you for subscribing. Good to have you here. Yeah, for all the new people that just found me from Jerry's stream or got sent here from Keel Prints or Armored 3D, thank you for joining. Thank you for showing up. I know that this is a bit of a dull stream, but it was what I was going to be doing today anyway. So figured we might as well stream it. Yesterday, I took a bit of a fall, so I'm a little sore today. So running around doing heavy lifting, not that I can do heavy lifting either, but running around working on printers wasn't in the cards for me today, just due to having that fall yesterday. Yeah, so we're working on trying to fix the Trident. Oh, we got Polymaker delivered to the porch. Excellent. Anyway, so now we should be good to go, honestly, because all the config stuff, I don't need to do anything, all that. I just pulled in my configs from before. The only thing I need to do now at this point is upload a file, and need to go over here to 3D printer stuff, box turtle stuff, this mainsail.zip file, and then can't remember how to do it. Let's go down here. I always have to look for the command prompt that I need for this. Is it in here? It is in here. Jump to this. Close that. Where's the command for that? Where's the command for it? Maybe that's not the right one. There it is. Exit. And we need this. Copy that. Go over here. Run that command. Shift A. Now we go back over here to the dashboard, refresh it. We should have, yep. Now we have the controls for the box turtle in here. Dan, 3D Prints UK. You subscribe from Jerry Stream too? That's fantastic. I love hanging out on Jerry Stream. I used to do a stream Saturday afternoon right after Jeremy and Keela, Lee Marie 3D. If you haven't subscribed to them, go check them out too. And then I enjoyed Jerry's stream so much. I moved my stream to before Jeremy and Keela's stream so that I could watch Jerry's stream. I get on there and hang out sometimes. Sometimes I just hanging out, watching in the background, oftentimes getting dragged out of the house to go to a store and put it on, put the headphones in, just listen to it as kind of like a podcast as we're walking around shopping or whatever it is. Saturday, we used to do our grocery shopping Saturday afternoons. Now we try to do it like Fridays when the kids are in school. If we time it just right, we get home in time for them to help us unload all the groceries and put them away. But then we don't have to have nagging and pestering us for everything under the sun in the store. So yeah, we are good to go with the exception of the GitHub backup. So we need to do this. Settings. Webcams. Add a webcam. Printer. Save webcam. There we go. Now we've got our camera back. Now, let's do this as a test. We're going to... Do I have any black polymaker? What is it? Polylight. This is Galaxy Black. No, I've only got it on. Actually, Mike, are you still in chat? Do you know off the top of your head how much of your main color you need for Let's Galaxy Black ASA? It's a roll of metallic blue, roll of metallic green. Carbon fiber PETG compliments of Steven Machado. I can't wait to try that out. Do you know how much of your primary color filament you need for this NG? By chance? 1.5 kilos? All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get different camera going. Let's see if we can get this to track me for a second. I guess we need to put the Trident back together. So let's power this off. Oh, wait. Why is my clipper screen not working now? Uh-oh. Why is clipper screen not working? Yeah, so essentially 2 rolls. My screen's not working. It was earlier. All right. All right. We'll try the old turner off and turn it back on routine. All right, I'm getting stuff displayed on there as it boots up. Now I've got clipper screen. Okay. I don't have the AFC add-on to it, so let's do that again. SSH pi at Trident.Trident4.local. Okay. Go back over here. Box turtle GitHub. Armor turtle. Repositories. Clipper screen add-on. Copy that. No, that's not right. We need this. Okay. Now, power reboot. Oh. This stuff is always so much fun. So much fun. It's thinking about rebooting. Is it going to do it? Come on. You can do it. Oh. Yeah, as soon as I install the clipper screen add-on, it doesn't work. Interesting. So Steven, we kind of are. So the issue we're having is that I installed the AFC clipper screen add-on and then it doesn't work. Okay, so it's rebooting. I don't get clipper screen back until I power it off and power it back on. So we're gonna try this and then power it off and power it back on. Okay. Now, let's go over here. Let's do a full shutdown. Turn it off. Turn it back on. Screen's displaying startup stuff. It's got clipper screen, clippers attempting to start. Woohoo! It's there. Excellent. Lovely. All right. So now we're good to go. Power. We're going to shut it down again because I'm going to put all the panels and stuff back on. Let's go over here. We're going to power it off. We're going to put our fancy Projects in Dad's Garage logo bottom panel in here. Compliments of Happy Manufacturing. If you'd like to get yourself some custom panels, reach out to Happy. LTX Design makes some custom ones too. So Happy Manufacturing or LTX Designs, both of those guys get you some custom panels to make your current or next build look super spiffy. And like no sarcasm there at all. I know that sounded sarcastic, but no sarcasm at all. Like this stuff is, this panel is sweet. All right. I've just got to loosen some stuff so this panel will go back down in here. Then we're going to get some sort of test print going on this. if you're building a Trident, do yourself a favor and your back and do the inverse electronics thing. I've got a couple things that I have to take out of mine because it kind of interferes with it, like these auxiliary fans and whatnot. But other than that, you just gotta lift the panel up and you can get to it. Yeah, I mean, there's no reason not to. That is one of the best quality of life mods available for the Trident, if you ask for my opinion. What am I hitting on? There we go. I'm excited to try out this Kalico clipper. I know there's a lot of stuff that I can dig into now at this point and tweak and fine tune. That's not a today's stream kind of thing. This is simply trying to get stuff up and running. And I'm going to tell you the reason why we went with Kalico clipper. AFC clipper itself broke some compatibility things a little while ago with Happy Hair and AFC for the filament swapper stuff. Thunder Keys told me that he thinks it's fixed now, but he knows that there's no issue with Kalico. So we went with the one that we know there's no issue with. Otherwise, I would have had to fight with trying to find a older version of clipper to install on this. And that would have been a pain in the butt. Also, these cool like snap panel clips are awesome. When I redid the 2.4 recently, I put them on there too. It makes taking your panels on and off super simple. All right. Throw these extra cutter posts that I made into the back, because that seems to be the part that breaks all the time. Put our door back on there. And then we're going to get this bad boy out. This is K2 Kevin's 5 kilogram spool holder. You'll notice that it doesn't have like top layers. And that's because I was using like the ends of a bunch of rolls. Let it hit the filament runout sensor, switch to a new roll. And I'm like, you know, I don't think this needs to be as thick as this file calls for to hold a 5 kilogram spool. I also cut this to hold a thicker metal rod because it just happens to be what I had here. So I made the holes bigger to hold a bigger metal rod that I happen to have. Because I needed 5 kilogram spool holder. Get out the Big Daddy spool. Black ABS. if anybody, I am trying to get some information on the multi-board system. If anybody can put me in touch with somebody on that team, I reached out to Gerari. I haven't heard anything back. But if anybody can put me in contact with those guys via Discord, please do. Get an empty spool. This center hole looks too big to use my whatchamacallit on. Because I've got some questions that I need to figure out before I start printing anything. I don't want to start printing stuff and it not work. All right, next up, we need some stuff. We need a drill. We need a battery. Extensions. Are you in here? Yes. Okay, we need a 3/8 adapter. Oh, we need this thing. Okay. Maureen, how's it going? You went and got some lava Reese's? What do you think, Steven? All right, then this thing goes on here. And then this unscrews. Your pony keg is going to evolve, huh? Then your spool goes on. This thing screws back on. All right. Back that up. We're gonna put this speed 1. Feed that through back into here. All right. Guess we're going this way with it. Oh, hilarious. They're good though, right? All right. I want to try to get this started in some semi-decent sort of way. There's like a really fancy version of this kind of rewinder thing. Yikes. Slow down there, bud. That's a mess. That's just a mess. Yeah. All right. That looks like a quantity of filament. How much? Fuck if I know. Hopefully it comes off okay. Happy. How's it going? It's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see. Nothing to see at all. You missed it, sir. We were just talking about you. We were putting the panel that you made me back into the Trident, and we were just discussing how nice it was, or I was at least. Nobody was talking to me. Everybody's gone awfully quiet in chat today. It's okay, though. It's okay. Y'all listening in the background. Appreciate yous. All right. Let's get a test print going. That's not the one. This is the one. Okay, black is going in number 1 slot. I need to turn it back on though. All right, turn it back on. Did I see your post in Discord? No. What'd you post? I haven't looked at Discord since I started streaming. Let's see. First, I'm looking at this thing that Mike sent me. Let's look at this. Monitor and camera. Okay, so we need to add this to 3D printer stuff. Give it a like. Flat mesh skirts for the Ender 3 NG. Does the NG not have skirts on it to start with? Okay, so I need to print these skirts out. Is that 1.5 kilograms taking these into consideration or no? Oh yeah, it needs skirts. It needs skirts. Look at that. Yeah, we gotta put skirts on it. We gotta put skirts on it. We've added stuff to our... We've made our stream harder on ourselves, Mike. They could be PLA. Is there a bottom panel to this thing or no? It's just open. Okay. There's that. Some black in there. Take that out. We're going to turn the poly dryer up to 3. We're going to give her 24 hours. We're going to start drying because I want to heat that filament up some so that it's less likely to break on that spool. And then we're going to get this neon magenta. We're going to put this in here. Then print. Upload and print. All right. Webcam. Dashboard. All right. And we successfully sent a print off to it. This is going to be a multicolor print for the NG back panels. Yeah. There's a printable bottom. Have to modify it to work with the skirts. Maybe that's something we can do. We get it built on stream. I've got some ACM panel sitting here. Maybe we can figure out a way to make ACM panel work in it. I don't know. We'll take a look. Put this in here. Take this print off the 2.4. Still, bed's still hot. We'll let it cool off more. All right. So we got a print sent off. We'll wait and we'll hang out a bit, let it start, and we'll make sure that it starts good. And then we'll call the stream there. If you're here and you haven't hit the like button or the subscribe button, do this now. Printing the bolt for the smiley. Yeah. I would, next time you're ordering from Out of Darts, I would probably get that CNC'd one. It's only a couple bucks, I think. Like $8 or $12 for the CNC'd one. I would pick one of those up if you can, because as I understand it, that is really prone to breaking. All right, let's see here. Let's put this stuff away. There you are, you're following me. Eject this filament out of the 2.4. because we're going to need to load up this 5 kilogram spool of black. This needs to go away. See, I want to move all this stuff that's back here over here to this multi-board setup, but I need to figure out if I'm going to be able to even mount it to this 2020 extrusion as is, or if I got to do something completely different. And I can't figure that out from their website. There's a lot of stuff I can't figure out. I need to ask somebody, and I can't get anybody to ask. And I need to be able to like get on a video call with them, show them what I have, show them what I want to do, and find out if there's a way to do it. So that's why I need to get a hold of multi-board people. Mr. Marchado, I've been working on it's a holster for the Goblin, the little silly shell blaster. But because of the modification I did, it's got a part that runs into the bottom down here. So I had to cut that out, modify it, and reprint it. And that's what's sitting on the printer right now. If it works, I'll upload it as a remix, because I think Martin has the same modification done to his Goblin. All right. This is unloaded. Just set that there and let it cool. Did a bunch of cleaning up around here yesterday. Put this back down here. Why are you focused on my belly? There's nothing. All right. Put our build plate back in here. Get the big boy spool of black over here. I did have to disconnect the tangled, or not disconnect, but disable the tangle detection for using this big 5 kilogram spool. on the orbiter sensor. All right, let's see. We've got filament. Back in the bag. Back on the rack. Still waiting for that bed to heat up. Just taking the brim off of this thing. See, there's like a channel down this one where there wasn't one on this. Any guys hear anything from Vice today or this weekend? I haven't seen anything from anybody there. I was hoping to hear some news on some like new exciting stuff coming or something like that, but nothing. All right. Now, I'm just using this to where that little bit of white discoloration around the edges from the brim and cutting it off, and it's just maybe a little more heat than you would normally put just to kind of smooth it out so there's no sharp edges on there. And I'll try this out after stream because YouTube. Well, guys, this is going to sit here for like another 15 minutes waiting to start because it's going to get to 110 and then it's going to wait for 10 minutes to heat soak and then it'll start going through its routine. So unless you all have any questions, comments, concerns, otherwise we'll start wrapping up the stream. With that, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button on your way out. Again, don't forget November 22nd, mark it on your calendars. It's going to be a good time. In the meantime, links in the description for the Discord, for Patreon. Shout out to Patreon members Brad and Dynastatic. Appreciate you both. If you would like to become a Patreon member, there's a link in the description. Yeah. Like I said, join the Discord. Lots of fun over there. And Martin, I'm going to get you this file for your goblin, assuming that this works. Anyway, later, y'all.